Good evening, everybody. I am Lynn Nicholls, and I am a psychic medium and intuition expert. And welcome to Medium on a Mission, because I am on a mission to show you that your intuition is your superpower. I'm glad you joined us tonight. You can watch this either on my Facebook page. You can watch Medium on a Mission on Zingo TV channels 250 and 251. It can also be viewed on all smart TVs 2016 and forward, Amazon Fire, Roku, and of course Zingo TV, the Spanglish World Network, the H.E.R Network, and also social media platforms. Today I'm excited. We have a neat show. We always have a neat show, but today I've been waiting for this. First, we're doing get into it. So we're going to talk about claircognizance. We're doing Intuit Talk, talking about human design. And we're then going to have a psychic party. So you get to listen into other people's dirty laundry. When you're joining us, please say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're from. I might not be able to see you or respond, but I will do my best. So, hey, everybody, nice to see you. Give me a wave. Let me know, like I said, let me know where you're from. And we can get into it. So please text your friends or tag them. I don't know if you tag them in the comments if it'll work, but please text them, call them, have them join in, and then you could chat about it after, and you could practice the claircognizance activities afterwards. So fun. So we're going back to the clairs. Remember, we did clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairalliance, clairgustance, now claircognizance. And for some reason, I always avoid that one because I almost feel like it's a little tough to explain. But I'm sure you already do it. So like I said in the post of this morning, let's amp it up a little. So we have some Grimsby's, we have Boston, we have Niagara's. Nice to see everybody. Very nice to have you here. Collingwood. And if you're watching on the replay, just put replay in the comments. Very, very nice. So claircognizance, cognizant, clear knowing. So it's that feeling you get when you just know something without having any idea of how you know it. And this could come from the energy that's running around. It can come from your higher self, your spirit guides, angels, whatever you believe in on the other side. It could be a message from them, just sending it down to you as a way to guide you. You'll hear a lot of people referring to claircognizance or clear knowing as a download. So just like you would download things onto your computer, or do you upload things onto your computer? I don't really know. But you'll hear it referred to as a download. So it'll just come down, it'll be in your brain, and you just know what to do. Hey, everybody, Thompson, Manitoba. Amanda, I think you're winning the distance war right now from what I can see. So claircognizance operates without that sensory perception. So it's by that I mean you're not visualizing anything. You're not seeing a thing in your mind's eye like we did with clairvoyance. You're not hearing anything auditorially. I knew I would screw that up. Like we did with whatever ear. Oh, it's fun being 50. So you forget words. So you just know. You know. Oh, Leanna's in Vancouver. She outdid Manitoba. Good job. That's awesome. So, it's still early for you, and it's still about 5 o'clock in Vancouver. So one of the things, though, I do want to point out with claircognizance is there is a difference between that download and something that your subconscious has been working on in the background. So sometimes you could be sleeping and dreaming about something. Your subconscious is sorting things out, and you wake up just knowing. Or you've been thinking about it for so long, and then boom, it pops into your head. Is that claircognizance? Not really. It's your subconscious has finally popped, burst that bubble and allowed it into your conscious mind. And there are two kinds of claircognizance, as far as I'm concerned. There's that predictive claircognizance. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. So you knew it. You knew it. And you hear yourself saying it. Or, and let me know if this has ever happened to you. You think of someone, they just pop into your mind randomly. You haven't heard from them, seen them, nothing. And then they call or text you. Has that ever happened to you? It's like, boom, they're there. Or you're thinking of potatoes and you flip on the TV and, oh, there's a whole thing on a whole documentary on potatoes. That sounds like the most exciting show to watch. So, yeah, you have dreams, they happen. Yeah, so I see some people have had this happen. You just know. So that's predictive. You just know. You felt like something was going to happen. You knew something was going to happen. There's also what I call, for lack of a better word, explanatory claircognizance. Claircognizance. First day in your mouth. Sorry. You just meet this person and you either like them or you don't like them. And it's almost as though when you first meet them, you've got an entire download of their entire personality. And if we take it a step further, how it would jive with yours. So that's an explanatory claircognizance. And so that's a really neat thing to do. I like that some people are saying that they have dreams and it happens, Amanda. Lisa says it happens all the time. She sees, feels people. Yeah, you just know how they feel. And there's also that thing, it's kind of predictive, but it's more explanatory. You can describe an entire future event, but you haven't had any prior knowledge of the event. You just know all about it. So that's a really neat skill to have. So we're going to learn how to amp it up a little bit. You may be more pay attention to how you speak, because if you're that type of person that does say, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, I know she's going to do well on that project. I know she's going to pass that test without any emotion, but you just know it. I know this is what's going to happen. I know he's going to go to the store and smash into the stop sign. I know that's going to happen. You're not feeling worry, you're not feeling dread, you just know what's going to happen. Or I know he's going to ask me out on a date, but I'm not saying that, but you get what I mean. Yes. So 1 second here. Let me just type something. There we go. Anyways, welcome. To those who are just joining me, welcome. And if please, let's avoid the rude comments in the comment section. That's not appreciated by me or anybody else that's here. It's a safe space just to explore your intuition, to not have to worry about anybody making rude comments, lewd comments. So keep that in mind. There we go. Okay. Anyways, one more thing I've got to type. Okay, so I apologize for this, and I'm trying to do two things at once. And if you're my age, you will know that it's not possible. There. Okay, I'm done typing things. So back to claircognizance. So first of all, you're the person that says, I knew that was going to happen, or I know that's going to happen, which is different from I feel like that's going to happen, or I'm guessing that's going to happen. You just know. You also have or lean toward, not all the time, so it's not like all the time, sudden bursts of insight or inspiration, and you can get into a flow state really easily. So example, if you were, say, an author or an artist, suddenly you have the whole thing in your mind, the whole story in your mind, the whole picture in your mind. So you can just do it and get into that flow state and get it done. So let me just, I know we're just having a little technical difficulty here. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. Okay, So I cannot see your comments right now. So if you do ask me something, I do apologize. I won't be able to see it. So maybe that will get fixed. If not, I just don't want to fiddle with it, because if I start fiddling with technology, all hell breaks loose. So let's see. Oh, this other thing. This is what I talk about when I talk about a download. It's just like you get a vast amount of information very, very quickly. And just think about when you're watching a movie you've never seen. And you've watched it, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. It's a 2-hour long movie. And you know the whole story. You know how it's going to end. You know how the characters are going to play out. Now, do you know that because you've watched very similar movies? Yeah, maybe. But this is something, what I'm talking about is a movie that's totally out of your realm of knowing, and you just know. And this is a fun thing you can do to test your claircognizance, to test your clear knowing. When you're watching a movie or something you've never seen before, just watch it for a little bit. Then decide, just write down. I don't know why I keep doing this today. Just the Italian half of me seems to be coming out. My hands are going all over the place. So I'm just going to sit on them. So feel, not feel. How's that movie going to play out? How is that TV show going to play out? That will help you enhance your claircognizance. And then you can get a validation as you watch the rest of the show. And it's not to say what's right or wrong. It's what's to help you interpret how you receive messages. So if you just for argument's sake, let's say you keep thinking about, okay, this is a show, I'm watching a Western. Oh gosh, they're going to run into a bunch of snakes. There's going to be a big problem with snakes. Well, there's actually not a snake in the show, but there turns out to be people who are snakes. So just be aware of how you receive downloads and what messages you get, if they're symbolic, if they're literal, if they're a mix of things. So just keep that in mind. There's now I can't see who's going to say yes or no, but has anybody seen Anne with an E on Netflix? So it's the more modern remake of Anne of Green Gables. So if you've seen that, just say yes, or put Anne with an E, or raise your hand. I won't see it, but I will see it later when this is replayed. So it would just be interesting. I do not want to spoil the show for you. It's just, to tell you the truth, I had a hard time getting through the first 2 episodes. I just was so annoyed by Anne, but shortly after, you just fall in love with her. She's just so full of life, and she's just got that spirit. No pun intended. So if you're watching this Netflix series and you have not got to season 3, just ignore me. Just la 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 me for now. However, if you never intend to watch it, or when you get to season 3, episode 3, and the title is What Can Stop the Determined Heart? If you don't ever intend to watch it, just watch this one episode, season 3, episode 3 of Anne with an E, titled What Can Stop the Determined Heart, and see if you know what happens at the end. I'm not going to say anything, but that would be fun. That's what clear knowing or clear cognizance feels like. So when you watch that and you feel that knowing, that's what clear cognizance feels like in your head. You get that download. The other things you can try, you can say, tell me about tomorrow. Tell me about Saturday. Tell me about the job interview. Now, the little speck of information that's very important with those is you have to be emotionally detached from the outcome. There should be no wishful thinking. You can't want it. So just be careful with that kind of thing. So let me just see what we're doing. So folks, thank you for joining me. We're still here. We're still going to finish up, get into it, and then we're going to get into a talk. So after the tell me about tomorrow thing, that's cool. That's great. But if you can't get into that mindset where your mind's just drifting, then what? Then what you can do is just have your question ready, whether it's tell me about such an event, tell me about a day, tell me about a person. Have that question ready, or that statement. Sorry, that's a statement. And then when you get into daydream mode, you could throw it in there. So here's what you can do. Do you know when you drive from A to B, but you don't know how you get from A to B? Yep. Hands up. Yep. And it's like, how did I get here? And I'm surprised I'm not dead. Well, first of all, congratulations on not dying. What I want you to do while you're drifting away is at some point, just when you feel you're coming out of it, I know that sounds so weird, but just throw in, tell me more about Saturday, or tell me more about this person, so that your brain, you're catching your subconscious mind while it's still kind of floating around. The other neat thing you can do with daydreams is to record them. So whatever you're having a daydream about, whatever your mind floats off to, write down what it's about, even if it sounds absolutely ridiculous. Keep a note on your phone, write it out in a little notebook. I still like handwriting things. So keep a journal of daydreams, just like a lot of people keep dream journals. Keep a daydream journal and see how it makes sense to what's going on in your life now. So you can ask about anything. Like I said, you can make predictions, but again, it's not about seeing something or feeling something. It's just about knowing something, which is kind of cool. And it's what's funny, and I'm certainly not bragging. Again, I'm trying to do two things at once. But so I have the stuff that dreams are made of. So this is interesting. So I'm assuming you can see me. So tell me that you can see me. So I've gone over to settings and I'm just looking that, okay, let's see if this works now. I'm going to come back. Where are we? There we are. Didn't work. I tried to fix it. See, I tried to fix the chat thing, but it didn't work. Oh well, another time. So I won't be able to see your chats. Sorry. I know my producer can see it and I can't. It's not showing up. It's okay. It's okay. We won't worry about it. Why worry about these little things, right? So if there's anything about claircognizance that you're curious about, please put it in the comments and I will try and tend to it later when I can read it. Okay. So I just went to settings and I tried and I hit this weird little thing and it disappeared. So I'm going to try one more time. And yeah, it's not doing it. Wow. It does not like me. But oh well. What are we going to do? So if I switch screens, I can see it. So very interesting. Yeah. Okay. I see some of the old ones. Okay. So folks, let's switch gears here. We're going to thank you for joining me for the Get Into It. We're going to go into Intuit Talk. And I am so excited about this because this topic has fascinated me for a long time. And I've been following CJ Amanda on Instagram for quite a while. And I love her posts. And I just want to introduce, I'll read her bio quickly so I don't mess it up. She's absolutely lovely. She's a mom of two. She's a business leader and a personal development coach. She uses her intuitive capabilities to understand people along with the foundational tools from human design, which I'm excited to learn about, to empower her clients to access and leverage their gifts, both personally and professionally. So everybody has these gifts, everybody has these abilities, but sometimes we just don't know. We need someone who has an extra special gift and knowledge to help us bring it out. So please welcome CJ I was going to say CJ to the stage. Well, welcome to the stage. So we'll bring her up and we'll have a chat about human design. So That's not CJ.
Nope.
I know. There she is. That's okay.
That's one of my good friends.
That was so cute. That's okay. Is there two CJs?
No.
No. Oh, I thought that's got to be the weirdest thing if there's two people that actually have your name.
No.
But CJ, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I love that I get to talk to you about this. I'm so excited. So please tell us introduce yourself and tell us, what do you do?
So what I do, I'm a personal development coach, and I've taken my last 15 years in the retail industry in managing and coaching teams. And I brought that online because I really love that one-on-one, and I really have a passion for personal development. And I have now integrated human design as well as a foundational tool to launch pad all the coaching. So that's what I do.
I love that. I love that. It's a very unique approach. Well,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, what is human design?
So, in a nutshell, human design, it's basically a tool for self-awareness. So it's a system, and it has an esoteric side. So it has like the astrology, the Kabbalah, the I Ching, the chakra system, and it also has the contemporary disciplines in it. So we'll have the genetics, biochemistry, all things of that nature, so science, and we'll bring it all together to make basically a genetic imprint of the person. So then we'll see, and that comes out of energy types. So we see them defined as either a manifester, a generator, a projector, or a reflector. So those are the 4 energy types. So people will be classified within that. And even within that, there's sub levels of types. And so it's basically a tool for that self-awareness. It's a system. And if we want to look at it even as, in psychology, we have personality tests. Mm-hmm. Well, this one is more on the scientific, spiritual side of things, and it really goes deeper and has so many layers. It's a very comprehensive system.
So you say there's 4 different energy types, right?
Yeah.
Can they overlap? Can you be part of one and part of another?
No. And I know some people, when they start learning about their types, they're like, okay, what do I have to do to make myself into this other type? And and that's not the purpose. The purpose is really so that we could acknowledge our energy type and honor it without, and to avoid all the struggles of, always trying to be someone else than we actually are. So there's your type, and then, but every type is very different, because then we have, your energy centers, and then we have different, lines and profiles, and there's just so many layers, it's endless.
Oh, so is it even possible to go from being, say, a generator to a manifester?
No.
Okay? That's what I think a lot of people would want to know. Like, could I switch types? So trying to change your type you're beating your head against a wall, correct?
Yeah, it's like if you're in astrology and you say, I'm a Leo, how do I become a Capricorn? It would be the same logic there. So it's really just to understand your energetic imprint and to know why it is that we deal with the things that we deal with. And it really just honors it. And that's what's so nice about it. It's a self-awareness.
Okay. So find out what you're best at and make the best of what you're best at.
Yeah. And know why you struggle the way you struggle.
Okay. So struggles. So does that involve limiting beliefs?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. What would you define limiting beliefs as?
Limiting beliefs, generally, I would define it as, that fear that infiltrates basically our true self. And so that's like the basic umbrella of it. But in human design, we have the 9 centers. in our chart, and each one of them can either be defined or undefined. When they are defined in our chart, they are colored in. It's hard to know because we don't have a chart here to show that, but they're colored in. Just follow me with that.
Yep.
And then, and that is when they're colored in. That's the aspects of yourself that are more fixed, that are consistent, that are reliable. And when they're not colored in, when they're just left white, that means they're undefined. And these undefined centers are where we have the most conditioning or are most prone to that conditioning. So that's where we'll see the limiting beliefs pop up. So it's very easy in that respect to start zeroing in on which energy center should we start looking at. So if you have the emotional center, the solar plexus that is undefined, well, then you're somebody who absorbs all the emotions around you. And not only do you absorb it, but you amplify it. And so it's being aware of that and knowing that you'll never have a consistent way around it. But if you know in advance, then, with time, you'll learn how to detach, and you'll even gain that wisdom and be able to share that with others. So those open centers are where we'll find perhaps those limiting beliefs, but it's also where we'll find those greatest sources of wisdom for ourselves.
Oh, and so the chart you're talking about, is that the one you sent me?
Yes.
So I'll just show people. So this is the chart that CJ's talking about. So it looks like that. So that's me.
That's you. You're a generator.
A generator. What in the world am I?
What are you?
What the heck? I'm sure there's people that have other words for me besides generator, but what would you say I am?
It's a beautiful thing.
What's a generator?
So a generator, you're a pure generator. We have either a manifesting generator or a pure generator.
Okay.
So you're a pure generator, and that represents 70% of our population.
Okay.
So it is those who have the sacral defined. So that's the red square that you have in the chart at the bottom, the sacral center. Yeah. So anyone who has that defined, that means you're a type of generator. And so you are here, you're the builders, you're the doers of society. And you're really here to master your craft, and you have that energy through the sacral to be to have that vitality, that life force, and that comes from within that energy. So you're here to really master something to completion, but you have to make sure that when you enter it, that it's something that you desire and not something that's imposed from someone else that doesn't align with you.
Oh, okay. So that's not just gas. It's just me producing my world. Okay.
It's your sacral, yeah, exactly. Those bubbles, that's what that is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll just let them bubble out into the universe. Oh, that's very interesting. So a generator is would you say the most common?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it represents 70% of the population. Yeah. So that's the energy. So that's why other energy types, they may try to emulate a generator and try to keep up with them and the energy that they have, and they don't understand why. And they may feel like, like, why can't I be like this? Why can't I sustain my energy like the generator can? Okay. And so that's why when we start recognizing these things as our type, we could take off the pressure of trying to be something else that we're not.
Oh, that's a huge statement. Take the pressure off of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. I'm a projector, so I am a non-energy type. I bank off your energy, basically. I get to play and absorb and all of that. So I would gain my energy from those who are energy types. And because of that, because I borrow that energy, I'm able to understand it at a deeper level. So then as a projector, projectors are here to guide that energy because we understand it so intimately.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. So that's generator, that's projector. What is the major characteristic of manifestor?
The manifestor, they're here to initiate. So they're here, it's basically the name, they're here to manifest. They know, they see, they don't need any outside forces. They already have that inner knowing. And so they're here to inform. They're here to initiate and to get things underway. So in like the ancient times when we had like rulers and kings, manifestors held these positions because they were here to inform. But in a very, democratic society, now it's the projectors taking the lead because we're the guides of that. Oh. And yeah, so that's really, and the reflector, just to end off, the reflector is only 1% of the population. So they are very rare and they have every one of their centers is open, is undefined, is white. So they, like I said before, the undefined centers, they just absorb and they amplify. So they're here to be the mirrors of society.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So they take it and they reflect. So their whole job here is to be able to detach and to create that objectivity, knows what is theirs and what is others. And with that
Hmm.
comes great wisdom as well.
Okay. And if
Mhm.
people wanted to find out their type, you
Mhm.
can do that for them. Like you have sessions where you do that for people, right?
Absolutely. They can even just go to my website and there's a link that says find my chart, and it
Oh,
brings them directly to a website where they can just input their information. They do need their birth chart data, like the one that you would use for astrology.
right.
So you need the date, the year, the location, and the time. The time is very important.
Mhm.
And then it'll just give you your chart for free. So you'll know automatically what type you are.
Oh, that's great info. So, and your website is cjamanda.com, right?
Yes,
And that, yeah, there it is at the bottom of
there
the
it
screen.
is.
So that's cool. And then once they get that, they can work with you to bring out the best of their type, right?
Absolutely, yes. We use that as a foundational tool. There are
Mhm.
people who are analysts, so they go in deep and like to every lines and the
Oh,
gates and
yeah.
yeah, I use it as a foundational tool, like as a guide. So we find out the basics. And then from there, I use how I did my sessions before, because I can naturally tap into people's gifts. And so I tap into that, and we use it as I use a big combination. It's very personalized, my approach, but it's
Yeah.
definitely a tool I start with.
Wonderful, wonderful. You do talk a lot about intuition.
Hmm.
Because you saying tapping into that remind and the way you can read people and tapping into their intuition. What would be your key piece or most important piece of advice to to help people with their intuition? Like what would you say to them?
Yes. I would say that it's not from the mind at all. If you start trying to figure it out and try to piece things together in the mind, you've already missed it. So often we think that we just have to think harder, or we just have to, take time to analyze it all. And so it's not from the mind that you'll find your intuition.
Okay.
And it's super unique to everyone. And in human design, we call this the authority. So basically your inner authority to make decisions. And everyone would have a different there's different authority types. So
Okay.
let's say for you, Lynn, your solar plexus is defined, your emotional center. So that makes you an emotional authority. So what that would guide you to do with your intuition, it would be that there's no truth in the now, and that your decision making process should be made by taking time to gain clarity. So it wouldn't be, you'd have
Oh,
to ride your emotional waves, and you're not supposed to make not supposed to you should, your best to not make decisions either in your highs or your low states, and that time will gain you that clarity. And other people, such as, let's say myself, I have a splenic authority. So that's a very instantaneous, it's a survival response. And so I would gain my intuition in the moment, on the spot. So this is for decision making, but then the intuition part and how it feels for every person is absolutely unique, and that we could not, there's not one way to feel it, to sense it, to have it, and that I find is important to know. I would never impose on somebody about how they should tap into that.
brilliant. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, you're totally right. And I talk about that too. It's like maybe you're, part clairaudient, part clairvoyant. Like don't try and be something you're not.
Yeah.
So make the best, like what you're saying, if you're very clairvoyant, be the best clairvoyant you can be, and run with it, like run with it. So I was just because I'm a little delayed with technology, I just realized I can put my Facebook page on my phone and I could see the comments now. So anyways, so you're getting some very nice comments, so that's nice. I don't know who Leanne Rhymes is, but being told you look like her. So I'm gonna have to Google her after. I'm assuming
Me
that
too.
I might do it. I might do it right now.
You do
Yeah,
it, show everyone.
yeah.
We'll
So
take your tally.
do you ever, one of the comments has kind of given me a question because somebody has, where is it? So Arlene said Sandra Bullock, the actress, is a
Mhm.
is a reflector. Have you ever, out of curiosity, done a celebrity, like done a chart for a celebrity?
No, I wish. I know that Sandra Bullock, she's one that comes to mind because that's something that is very well known that she's a reflector. And so I always, but I do like analyze them. When you watch a movie, and I'm like, I wonder what the process was to get into that role and to how it must have felt and how she was able to, to take in, absorb, and, it's just, yeah. So it intrigued me, but I have not yet. That would be really fun.
That would be fun to do.
Well, I mean, I've done yours, so basically.
Yeah, I am not Sandra Bullock or even close, but thank you. Yes, you did do mine. It's super cool. And it just brings a whole new light to your life, like how you can move forward more efficiently and feel more fulfilled. And it's really, and it's not like, and I'm not saying, oh my gosh, you're going to discover your entire life purpose, but you do, like you get onto that track. You don't discover it like all of a sudden I know what I'm going to do, but it's like it just keeps inching you forward.
Yes.
And you feel like you're getting progress. You do have a, speaking of progress, to help people kind of launch themselves a little faster, you have something called Raw 2.0.
Yes.
What is that?
So it's a group coaching that I decided to do lately. So this is the second group. That's why it's 2.0.
Okay.
It's a group coaching that we explore the basics of human design, and it's in a group setting, but I tailor it to the needs of every individual in it. So we do look at every chart of the people that are in the group, and we tailor to their needs. So it could be for the business, how to show up on social media, relationships, or just overall self-awareness. So that begins this Sunday.
Oh, okay. Oh, it begins Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody, okay. So Leanne Rhymes, yeah, she's beautiful. So you look like Leanne Rhymes.
Okay, I'll take it.
She's kind of squinty there, but she's a beautiful lady. So, okay, that's good. So if they wanted to sign up for that, if anybody watching and their friends and their brothers want to sign up for that, how do they go about doing that?
Yes, they just send me a DM on Instagram, and I will send them the link. And registration will be until Friday because I need the time to look at their chart to make sure that I give them the value they deserve. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So people can find you on Instagram, DM you on Instagram for that.
Yes.
They can go to your website to find a link to find out their human design type.
Yes.
And oh my God, I'm so excited about this. That's so cool. Like it just, I know it's December, folks. I know you're busy. If you want to just take some time, please take some time for yourself and do this, like go through this group coaching. And I know you're like, it's a group, but it's so personalized. You will absolutely love it and come away with like this refreshing sense of who you are and where you're moving forward to. So I think that's absolutely brilliant. I'm so happy you did this with us and you exposed everybody to this. So
thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Now, how about we get your friends on stage?
Yes, you can bring in the other CJ.
CJ number 2.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's the other CJ.
Yeah, that's
Very cool. Oh, we got a bunch. Oh, awesome. Oh, we got a full house.
Yay. I'm so excited to see all my friends. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Their names came up. Very cool. Okay. So there's 2. Is there 2 Kristens and 2?
Yeah.
Is that, okay. I didn't know.
Kristen, and Christine.
And Kristen. What up, Kristen?
And a Rita to balance it out.
So we've got, okay. Gotcha. And 2 CJs. So
Yeah.
we're good. Okay. So ladies, thank you for joining me. I like when they're slightly larger groups. If you could maybe mute this while I'm talking or while somebody else is talking, just because there's some reverb in the background. And if something comes up, if I say something and you're like, oh my God, that's me, unmute. Okay. Because I can hear my voice in the background, and God knows there's enough voices in my head. I don't need extras. So let me see. Okay. So Kristen with a Y, Kristen with an I, Rita. Rita, you make my life so much easier. Because now I can see it's Rita. Okay. Okay. There's I don't mean this in a dirty way, but I'm getting a big D. I know that sounds like a terrible thing to say, but who's got the very strong D around them, the D name? Nobody? So if it's you, just raise your hand or unmute. It's so quiet. I hate when it's so quiet. I'm going to want the reverb back. This letter D, if it's not a person's name, it's the street you live on. It's the company you work for. Just keep that in mind. So does that make sense for anybody?
Well, Rita and I have the same last name. Starts with a D. I don't know if that.
Oh, so because I don't know your last name. I can't see it. So I see the D now. So is there somebody though connected? Are you and Rita? I am assuming.
Yeah, she's my aunt.
She's your what?
Aunt.
Oh, okay.
Aunt.
Alt. And what's the J name or the soft G that you two know? It doesn't ring a bell yet? So
well, anything? No?
it's a J sounding name. It's coming up between you two. Or if it's somebody else on stage, just let me know. Because
Is it J? It might be for Madame Toman.
Who's that?
It could be my mom. My mom's name starts with a J.
What's her name?
Joanne.
Okay. She's living though? Yes?
No.
Oh, she is gone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Has she recently passed?
Yeah. About a year.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah. That will do. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm not saying she died from COVID, but I'm just getting a pandemic time.
It was It was right when the pandemic started.
I'm sorry to hear that. So what your mother has lovingly done is interfered with the entire screen, the entire group, and just thrown a J. Like when I'm looking at this, I get a big giant J right on the screen. So does Joanne, does she have an M or N name close to her? Is there like a Mark, Mike, Mick, Mac, Mary, that kind of name?
Her middle name is Mary.
That's what it is. Okay. So because you already told me her first name, what Spirit does for me is they give me their next name just to validate that it's her. So Joanne Mary. So she's just saying she's around. Are you old enough to remember Gumby and Pokey?
No.
Rita is. I see her smiling. Okay. What Gumby and Pokey were these weird little kind of plasticine type clay animation type figures, and Pokey was the horse. And why am I seeing Pokey? Like, have you been like going very slowly with things, or does that make sense? The word Pokey.
I mean, slowly with things. How in which way?
Very cautious lately. Very
yes.
Very. I don't want to say fearful, but
yes,
like just
that makes sense.
Not wanting to take any risks. And she's like, oh, thank you. So Rita's showing us. See, Gumby is the green guy.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
So
yes. Okay, I recognize that.
So I don't know why your mother's going this route, but she's kind of saying stop being Pokey and be Gumby. So and the only thing that reminds me of is one of the many things is when Eddie Murphy did his Gumby impression, and he dressed up as Gumby, and he'd be like, I'm Gumby, damn it. So I think she wants you to get some of that Eddie Murphy Gumby energy, because you're not falling behind, but you are.
That makes a lot of sense.
So who's Tracy or Teresa? T-E-R, Terry? Not a friend of yours or mom's?
I have a friend named Terry.
Have you just seen or heard from Terry?
I also have a cousin named Terry, and that's her cousin.
That's what I want. Okay. Have you seen or heard from Terry lately?
No, not
Okay.
recently.
Don't be surprised if you do. So, and it's just mom saying, you're going to hear from Terry. I'll be standing right beside you when you do. So keep
Okay.
that in mind. Facebook and Instagram posts do not count.
Okay.
So, but if it's a private message or a text or phone call or whatever, that counts. So it's just
Okay.
her way. Did she have like ovarian or low cancer down there?
No.
Why is she doing? Do you have your period right now?
No, but I'm it makes sense because I'm trying to get pregnant and I have been trying to get pregnant for a while.
Okay.
So I think that's what she's probably referring to.
Yeah, because she's showing me, and I know so it's not cancer. That's awesome. It's she's showing me something in the uterus. So, and something that will come out. So it's not cancer for you, it's a baby. And I know this is, I'm sorry. She's babysitting until the baby comes down to you. So she just has met her already. Oh, her. Oh God, you're gonna have a girl. You're gonna have a girl. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. Wow. That's it's really validating because I was talking to her about that just minutes ago.
Oh, oh, that's neat. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a cool chick. I'm sorry she's gone. I am. Who now is it you or is it somebody else in the group that has a Pete or a Pat?
I haven't, well, I don't know if it's still related to me, but she has a cousin, Pat, and she was really close to her and she's also passed.
Okay, they're just hanging out because she kind of turned away and said, "Pat." Just I thought she was trying to bug somebody on this side, so she's just living her life in the afterlife. I'm sorry she's not here with you physically.
Wow, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. She's lovely. So her and Pat are going to go party it up in the Heaven's Cafe, and
That sounds like her. That sounds just like her.
yeah, is she a redhead or was Pat?
I don't. My mom wasn't a redhead, but Pat might have been. I'm not sure.
Okay, take a look at some old pictures. Like DM me on
Okay.
Instagram. Let me know. I'm very curious.
I will.
Thank you for letting me do that for you.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. I still see this D, this big D. I don't think it's happened yet. So let me play with this. Is there somebody here who has an RN name around them? Ron, Randy.
My dad's name is Ron. I don't want to keep like trying to.
It's okay. You know what? It's totally fine.
I don't want to steal all the time, but like that.
No.
I don't know if that's my dad. My dad's name is Ron. That was her husband.
What else could it be? Okay, your mom is just here. And what we will do, if you ladies are agreeable to it, if somebody hogs the whole show, I won't mention any names. We will, when the show's over, I'll join you via Zoom. Like I'll send you a link, or we'll get all together on Instagram or something, and we'll just carry on for another 20 minutes after the show. Okay. So please, Kristen, don't worry about hogging it. I don't want you to worry about that. Okay. Who's connected to Boston? Boston? Nope. Or, I know it sounds like a weird, well, it won't sound like too weird of a connection. Tea. Lots and lots of tea.
My mom drank lots and lots of tea. That was her favorite thing, was tea. We would always have tea. That's what we would talk about at nighttime. We would have our tea. She would have tea with her mom.
Okay. She's lovely. She's a little pushy, but she's lovely.
Yeah. That sounds just like her.
Did she have a Ken or a Kim as well?
She had as in like her like I have a sister named Kelly.
Is Kelly's last name, does Kelly's last name start with an M or an N?
No.
No. And her middle name doesn't?
Nope.
Okay, so it's not that. So there's a Ken or Kim or Cam, a very quick.
It's because my mother is named Kim and her last name starts with an M.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. But
okay.
I mean, we're all close friends, so I mean, my mom knew from Len and
Yes.
Oh, so your mom knew Joanne.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So, CJ, can your mom swim or no?
I think so, but she
Okay.
hasn't. I don't know how long. I think so. Yes. Answer is yes.
Does she have a story about? I'm not worried about her moving forward. Does she have a story about drowning, almost drowning, or is there a story like from the past? Nothing that's going to happen in the future.
No, not that I know of. I don't know. Rita, do you know anything?
No. Okay.
Not that I can recall.
Okay. I'm just getting a lot of so Rita, are you Kim's sister?
She was
No.
my sister-in-law.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. It just I keep seeing water, and a big story about the water. And I
Well,
don't
when she was, I remember because she was in Texas and there was a lot of like floods and stuff of that
Yeah.
nature, but it was a while ago though. So I don't know.
that's okay. It just that's what's coming up is don't tell her I said this, and just see over the next few days. I would give it maybe 72 hours. See if she brings it up, the floods. And it's just somebody's pushy mother saying, I'm right there listening to the conversation. That's all. So that's it. The Texas, the floods. That's a lot of water. That's all it is. And I know it was forever ago, but that's a story for the record books, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And does one of you live near a fort or a port? Something O-R-T. What's that, Rita?
Port Dover.
Do you live out near Port Dover or in Port
Yeah.
Dover?
No,
Nice.
I'm 20 minutes away.
Oh, beautiful beaches out there. My goodness. And do you know who the V name is? Is there a Vince or a Victor? V-N. Vince, Vinny, Veronica, Virginia.
I know Virginia.
Who is she to you?
I used to work with her.
Oh, not anymore though.
No,
Okay. Do you work in the health field?
insurance and
Health
real
insurance?
estate.
Okay. But health insurance though, or medical insurance?
No, life insurance.
That's not fitting. Let me see. Why am I getting all this health insurance, health medical? Hopefully your boss isn't watching.
I'm my own boss.
Oh, whew, okay. So your boss is watching.
Yep.
Keep an eye out to connect work to the health field, the medical field, because that's where I feel there's a lot of success coming. And is there you're not Italian, are you? No, you're French.
No.
En français. Okay. I'm just getting a lot of, pardon me, Italian names. So, because I don't think the Port Dover area is incredibly Italian by any means.
No, but in my area, it's a lot of Portuguese.
And I always get them confused for some reason. I don't know why. That's interesting. The names come across very similar to me. Okay. Who's Jesse or Jason? Anybody? Nobody around you, Rita?
Oh, yeah, Jason was my ex's niece's husband.
Okay. Why would he come up?
I think probably because he's not doing well.
That's probably why. Okay. I'm not saying anything bad's going to happen, but there has to be a reason for them to come up. Because your ex's niece's husband is too far removed.
I still talk to his niece. I'm still involved with the family.
Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so you're probably going to hear about this soon. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I don't know, but just keep that in mind. And does your jaw click?
Yep.
Okay. Don't let it get stuck. I'm getting this kind of, oh shoot, does it already? Okay. I don't know how to fix that. Like I'm not a doctor by any means, but I'm just getting this kind of, uh-oh. So if there's a way to prevent it, prevent it. Is it you that has the antique bowl? Or like an old punch bowl?
I do have some punch bowls, yes.
You actually have punch bowls? Really?
I do.
Okay.
I'm older than you.
Oh, come on. Okay.
I am.
So, is there a reason to bring out the punch bowl in the next little while?
No.
Okay. I disagree. See what
Okay.
happens. See, there again, like I said to CJ about the flood thing, don't initiate any conversation about the punch bowl and watch how it comes up in conversation.
Okay.
So it's just spirit saying I'm around. Are you, I know you mentioned you have an ex, but are you a widow?
No.
Okay. Sorry. No.
No, it's okay. He moved in with his girlfriend. We're good.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So do you have a brother on the other side?
No.
Okay. I just have a fella here who's about your age. That's why I
Oh.
can't figure out who this would be.
Okay.
I'll
Probably
try and
somebody
play.
who's been visiting me that I
Yeah.
don't.
Do
Smoker?
you know? Oh, I didn't get the smell of smoke.
Okay,
I
then it's
actually
not him.
Okay, I got the flavor of barbecue chips. Did you just have some?
No.
Okay, who's eating barbecue chips? What's going on here? Nobody?
Yeah, Kristen.
I'm not.
No?
Oh, unmute yourself, sweetie. Oh, shoot. Sometimes it does this.
She can't.
Okay, we'll carry on the barbecue chips conversation after. So don't you worry. It says you're not muted, but I can't hear you. Damn it. Okay, we'll carry that on after. It's what's funny is, and no offense, Kristen, with the T, with Joanne, I'm really trying hard to ignore your mother. I really am. So it's causing some interference. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean to her. I'm just trying to get other things to come in.
No worries.
And she's like, no, no, nope. So she keeps pulling this, you know what, on me. And so we will talk later. There's,
Okay.
you know what fidget spinners are?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have one right there, or is that significant for anybody?
No.
Anyone have a child with ADD, ADHD, autism?
My stepson had CP.
Would he have used a fidget spinner though?
No.
Okay. I think that message is actually for my producer.
Okay.
So, Rebecca, I'll just give her a yell there. But okay, wait a minute. Hold on. What is this movement? You know, when you have those fidget spinners, you do this.
Mhm.
Rita, who is it with the CP? Who is this to you?
That was my stepson. He passed away.
Did he have an issue with his hand?
With his whole body, yes.
Oh, okay. Is there any reason I would be getting this motion?
I'm not sure.
Okay, don't
He used to
worry.
do this for I love you.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that per se. I just keep
Yeah.
wanting to do this with my hand, and I'm not sure why. We do only have like a minute left. So what I'll do, ladies, so I'm going to send CJ a link, and we'll jump on Zoom all together. Give me about 10 minutes, and then we'll fill in the blanks. And I'm sure we'll get to talk to Joanne a little more, so that'll be entertaining. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. CJ, thank you for explaining human design, and I will see you shortly. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night, or have a great 10 minutes. I will see you shortly.
Okay.
Okay, folks, while we wait for the ladies to leave the stage, I would like to thank you so, so much for joining us for Medium on a Mission. And I hope you're getting close to having all your holiday shopping done and you're not too stressed. Please join us next week for another episode of Medium on a Mission. We'll do a special holiday show. Thank you very much. And please remember, especially over the holidays, that you are never alone.